Hello everyone, my name is Robbie Rabala and I am the owner of Creations in Paper. I love playing with paper and color. This is another in the series of colors. I am focusing on the fall colors and I've gone to the Regals. So we're going to create a card today and I'm going to then teach you some more about colors. So join me in my studio and let's have a play. We've been focusing on the fall colors or the Regals in Stampin' Up! Colors because those are the ones that you see when leaves start to turn in this time of year. But from there, we can then also categorize the colors into cool and warm colors. Your cool colors are usually your greens, your blues, and your purples. And if you look at this, we've got several greens and purples, but there are no blues in here. All right? So that's something to think about. You'd have to look at some other blues. So for my card today, I am going to use Old Olive and Rich Raspberry. So I'm going to move these to the side. Using these two colors, I decided to use the Nature's Harvest stamp set. And I'm going to use this one because we see a lot of cone flowers around now, and you can find them in purples. So I'm going to use that. To go along with it, I'm going to use the Harvest dies because I'm going to cut it out. Now I could stamp this with Memento and color it in, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to use my markers because one of my favorite things to do is to color on my stamp. Now you can do this with markers. You can't do it with the blends because they're alcohol and they're not good for your stamps. So I use the side of my marker. You don't want to use the tip. You will ruin your tip if you do. All right, so I'm gonna color in my leaves. Then I'm gonna go back and I'm going to color in my flowers. Now, cone flowers typically have a dark top. I don't know, I guess that's why you call them a cone, because they have that cone shape to them. So I'm gonna color my leaves first, and then this one I'm just going to color the whole thing because it's just getting started. To color my cone, I'm pulling in soft suede. I chose soft suede because usually the cone flowers on the top are brown, dark brown, and I didn't want it too dark. So I'm going to take, and once you color your image, you need to huff on it so that you re-moisten that ink. And then you stamp it on your paper. All right. All right. So I get a nice soft image, which I like. So let's put our card together. My card base is going to be white, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle. Right. My blue that I'm pulling in is Misty Moonlight. This is pattern paper from the Harvest Meadow Sweet. So I am, or Nature's Harvest, I should say, sweet. So I'm using that on here, and I've cut the blue one, the normal 4 by 5 1/4, and then the pattern paper is a 1/4 of an inch smaller. All right, so that one goes on there like that. Now I could put this on here. You know, I don't think I'm going to cut this out because I think it would be lost, but I am going to take and cut this down some because there's too much white space. I want it a little closer. So give me a minute while I cut this down. Okay, much better. I like that. I was thinking it would look better. I think it would just be lost with this background paper. And doing this is fine. Now, I'm thinking it needs a mat, but I don't know if it'll be too much. I'm going to try a piece of rich raspberry, and let's just see. This is just a scrap. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that scrap and do an offset image like that. I really like that. I didn't know if the rich raspberry would be too much. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some gems on here. All right. So there's that. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put some seal on here, and then I'm going to determine where I want, how much I want to show, and I like that, so I'm going to leave it at that. Now this I'm going to put on with dimensionals, because I love my dimensionals. I love to add that extra layer. Oh my, brand new one. I didn't think I had a brand new one out here. I do see a piece of one over there that I'm going to take and use up first, but I know I'll need these. All right. All right, so I'm going to add my dimensionals on here, and I'm adding quite a few. I may need to cut more, because I want to make sure it stays popped up. And it goes through the post machines at the post office. You can lose some of your dimension. So by adding a bunch in here, I think that'll do it. You know what? I think I'm going to put one there, and the reason being is it's an outlier, and I don't know if it will take and collapse too much in the mail. So let me get one for right there. There we go. All right, now I got to take my backs off, and that's where the good old pokey tool comes in. I have my pokey tool that I've used for years, but we now sell a take your pick tool, which has this end to it, but I like my pokey tool. I've used it for so long, and it's narrower. The take your pick tool is thicker. All right, let's see here. All right, and I'm going to center it, so I'm kind of watching. All right, so there's our card, and now let me get some gems. The Artistry Bloom's adhesive back sequins come in Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Mango Melody, and Rich Raspberry. And I have Rich Raspberry left. So I'm going to use that because I just like the look of this. So, I mean, it's got a bunch of different colors. So, oh, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. I love these because they're faceted and you see all different colors in there. And I must have had something on my mat or on my, I wonder if it was on my cutter. Okay, there it is. So there's an idea using a color combination with cool colors: Old Olive, Rich Raspberry, and Misty Moonlight. Remember, green, purple, and blue. I hope today's color combination has inspired you to play with colors. Pull out a green, a purple, and a blue. Stamp an image and see if you like the combination. If one looks off, then try another color. Don't do it on good paper. Do it on scrap paper if you've messed up or something, so you can see, and a small stamp. That way you can put them side by side and see if the combination is good. I hope you'll join me next Friday for another color combination idea.